So I just finished watching The Great Hack on Netflix. It's a documentary about how our data is collected and used against us in the long run, used to manipulate our behavior. And I believe, like, my first impressions of it are, like, I think it's really well directed, beautiful imagery, powerful imagery, and some strong stuff, some important stuff to think about. And at the end, like, I watched the whole documentary, and I watched it as I was watching the news because it's based on real life events, about real life people and their experiences with a very difficult election that happened not very long ago in America, that pretty much changed everything for everyone, because America is literally one of the strongest countries in the world. Anyway, so I watched this documentary and I personally really enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to my friends. But at the end of the documentary, I teared up. And I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I teared up, and I still have, like, I just wiped my tears, and I took out this camera because I was like, I'm gonna record my reaction. Why did I tear up? Did I tear up because big companies are manipulating our data points? No. We all know it's happening. Did I tear up because we all know it's happening? We're not doing anything about it? Well, kind of, yeah, but there's not much we think we can do about it, right? Except that I think that we can. By not doing anything about it, you're allowing things to happen that you don't want to happen. Let me explain what I mean by that without getting into too much detail and getting too philosophical, as I tend to do sometimes. To let something happen and not question it knowledgeably, I think, is wrong. If you see something bad happen, your inner human nature will inform you that, hey, I don't think this is right. It's things like murder and hurting others and just harm to human life, harm to other life, animals, plants, this beautiful planet, everything, just harm in general. Our human nature, as much as everybody says humans are instinctively destructive, I don't believe that is completely true. We have potential. We have infinite potential within us. Infinite potential to be destructive, and infinite potential to save ourselves and other things and other people. We have potential, and we also have infinite potential to be ignorant. And it is through that ignorance that we let horrible things happen without doing anything, and I think that's where we're at fault. And I'm guilty, and you're guilty, and I think we're all guilty in some way or another for not informing ourselves enough. We've become ignorant. As the human race, we've become an ignorant species. I think the first step is to start to acknowledge that. What made me tear up at the end of this documentary is I saw this video of a man. So there are a bunch of people kneeling on their knees somewhere in an underdeveloped country, and there's a soldier or somebody who's holding a gun, and I think they're holding a gun. I could be just creating that part of my memory. Anyway, what I do remember is this person kneeling on the ground, they get hit in the face. And this video was apparently on some social media. how are we okay with stuff like that being online? How? We can't be okay with that. Why are we okay with that? Why is the maximum of our reaction a dislike or a disapproving comment? How did we get to this point?